Lieutenant Carlslew, I'm all that's left of Commander Childress's 5th Detail. Please, tell me you're our reinforcement.
Childress sent me. What cut you off?
Give me a moment. All's clear, guys, and we've got some muscle from back on base. This is what's left of our research team. The others got ambushed while working. Scavengers must have guessed we were after something good. We need to hold them off long enough for the research team to recover and download that data.
I'm on point. Researchers inside. Anyone who's not working, fan out behind me.
Aye, sir. Aye. Okay, data's priority 1. Everybody into the ship. Go! If you hadn't come when you did, those would be our smoking corpses there, no question. Unfortunately, we're not done. Not until this wreck's data is in the hands of Commander Vikwi.
Give me what you have. I'll get it to the commander.
We've recovered all the high-priority info. If you run that to the outpost, I'll hold off what's left of the scavengers until our reinforcements arrive.
You're from the Republic! Watch out! There's a huge alien guarding us, and... Ah! There it is! Run for it!
Fire it!
Who are you? You took that thing down easy.
Commanding Officer Havoc Squad.
You're kidding. They actually sent Havoc Squad after us? I'm Ensign Tane, sir. It's a good thing you found us. The scavengers were gonna ship us off to some guy named Needles as soon as we healed up.
Needles? As in Ryler Dorn, the Havoc Squad medic?
I really don't know. Needles is all they ever called the guy. Figured it must be a code name, right?
Are you absolutely sure they said Needles?
Yes, I'm 100% sure. And I heard that...
Here they are. Cav, Goran, cover the exit. Vice, Marco, Tabba, see to these men's wounds.
Oh, great. Sergeant Dorn's here to make sure we get stomped according to regulation.
Report, Ensign. Did you learn anything about the enemy?
Yes, sir. Sergeant, sir. As I was just telling the lieutenant here, we were captured for some guy named Needles. And get this, there are Imperials here, on Terrace. They're working with this Needles guy in a hidden base out in the swamps.
Sounds like you overheard quite a bit.
Yes, sir, Lieutenant. The scavengers were pretty sloppy about talking in front of us. So, are you excited, Dorn? You finally have the chance to correct your old buddy's paperwork again.
Is there something you want to tell me, Dorn?
Many of the local troops feel that my adherence to regulations is a result of my upbringing, Lieutenant. I was born Imperial. However, after 2 years' service in the Imperial military, I defected. Given my extensive knowledge and training, I was awarded this position under Service Code 37R.
What made you change sides?
The Imperials regularly violated their own stated regulations and intentions without cause. I refused to participate. We can discuss non-mission critical issues later. My team and I will get these men back to base, Lieutenant. You proceed with your mission against Needles and his Imperial installation.
I have the lead I was after. Time to act on it.
I'm glad I could help point you in the right direction, sir. Good luck.
You picked the wrong medbay to rob, Vat Brain. There's gonna be 200 Death's Claw pirates coming through that door.
I don't want to hurt anyone, but I will.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you see these guys lying here? They've got the Rak Ghoul plague. You touch me, and they'll be on you like hots on a buffet. Except, you know, faster. And don't think they're incapacitated. Oh, no. They just look that way. I've got a serum you wouldn't believe.
I heard you dug something up. I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, we've been using it to... Whoa, wait. No, you don't. No, you can't take it. These people are infected. If you cut off my supply of serum, these guys are gonna turn. You know what that means? I'm gonna have to shoot them all in the head before they try to eat my liver.
You're a doctor, right? Synthesize some more.
With what? My state-of-the-art facilities? I can only use what I find, and we don't find much. The only place I can think of that might have some left is the ruins of Dynamite General. The place was basically Ghoul Town. You want serum, you get it there, and leave us alone.
You better not be wasting my time.
No, the stuff is down there, I swear, on my medical license. The real one. down.
These are all the medical records I could find.
Thank you. I am sure you have braved many higher-profile dangers, but you will never do anything more important. You have saved countless lives. One of them may well be mine. My ancestors fled Terrace 300 years ago, and my family still carries their curse. I thank you. The Republic sent a unit to retrieve our team's bodies. They said to thank you for your help.
Aren't you going to ask if she went after your pet project?
Why do you always try to ruin everything? Do Sullustan moms not hug their children or something? Did you get to the bombardment site? I don't see a scratch on you.
The rat ghouls didn't want to give up their blood, but, I convinced them.
I'm sure you can be quite persuasive. Just let me see the samples. I've got a portable scanner that can give us preliminary results right now. That's amazing. There's over a 50% correlation. Genetic drift usually means a much less marked connection, even in a normal population after so many years.
Does that give us any insight into how to defeat them?
If we know they defended territory, then we know where to avoid. Or even how to draw them out.
But consider what you're saying. This means rat ghouls have remnants of sentience. We can't kill them.
What? Where's the cynical disbelief?
You can't dispute the numbers, Sierra. You're right. This is amazing. If rat ghouls have enough rationality to remember people and places that matter to them, we can't keep treating them like mindless animals.
They've slaughtered millions of people, including your friends.
We need to cancel our operations in these grave sites. We can't keep antagonizing them.
But if we know they come to the defense of certain territories, we can bait them, draw them out, so the Republic can send in troops to exterminate them.
No, if they're sentient, we can't just keep murdering them.
I'll contact the Reconstruction Authority. Do you have an opinion on this?
Rat ghouls are a contagious, predatory species. Our only option is to wipe them out.
Isn't that the thinking that got Elisu and the others killed?
You can't reason with a monster, Gartha. You of all people should know that. I'll give the Republic your recommendation. Thank you again for all your help.
Welcome back. Let's get those serum samples analyzed and see what we've got. Well, thank the Force for good Teresian storage technology. I wasn't sure anything would still be viable after 3 centuries. While we wait, is there a cost to these samples I should be aware of? A deal with a pirate crew, perhaps?
There was some, unavoidable violence on the way in.
I see. Then if it didn't happen in a plastic beaker, don't tell me about it. Here we are. Fortunately, the plague is so virulent it cultures very rapidly. Bad news. The serum you recovered looks like it was effective 300 years ago, but the Rakul plague has mutated since then. This serum will only provide effective immunity for extraordinarily healthy individuals.
How do we make it stop modern rat ghouls?
Manufacturing a true vaccine requires what we call a lucky survivor, someone whose system has made antibodies to the plague. We haven't had a survivor yet, for obvious reasons, but this serum might provide the link we need. If I infected an extraordinary individual protected by the serum, I could collect the antibodies and make an effective vaccine.
What happened to most virulent disease in known space?
I need someone with proven recuperative powers. Someone who gets injured almost on a daily basis. Ideally, they would have survived stabbings, shootings, poison, infections, maybe all of the above. I understand your profession exposes you to physical punishment. Do you think you could survive infection?
Alright, but if I end up as a rat ghoul, I want a statue. A non-rat ghoul statue.
Let's, hope it doesn't come to that. We have a medical droid, CB-084, set up to observe rat ghouls in the field. He'll be able to collect the antibodies and slow any potential complications. After I give you the serum, go out there and test it. Let the rat ghouls attack you and see what happens.
You don't have this plague in a needle or something?
If it needs to work in the field, it needs to work in the field. Now, here's your serum injection. I hope the Force is with you, because the science is stretched to the limit.
If you have any questions about military operations on... Ah, Lieutenant. I was expecting you. Excellent job at the Endar Spire.
Everything from the primary computers is on here.
The data from the Endar Spire will be invaluable to the Republic's war efforts. Lieutenant Karlsu tells me there's close surveillance footage of the Imperial warships.
Havoc Squad belongs to the Republic, sir.
And the Republic is honored to have you. Thank you for your service. Republic intelligence has been waiting for this data since the bombardment fell.
Ah, I see your infection is progressing. Hold still while I take samples for analysis. While I transmit the data to Dr. Cell, there are some questions I should ask. Do you have any of the following symptoms? Dizziness, fever, shortness of breath, and inexhaustible hunger for sentient flesh?
I could go for a Nerf burger. That doesn't count, right?
I will note it on your chart. Ah, here's Dr. Cell.
Good news. Your antibody count is off the charts. I'll start work on a vaccine immediately. You are remarkably brave. Our progress has just jumped forward by years. While you recuperate, I'm going to transmit the usual secrecy agreements. Just use your thumbprint to sign on the sensor.
What do you mean, usual secrecy agreements?
This is standard procedure when the Republic develops biotech with significant earnings potential. We develop the vaccine for Republic soldiers first, and when it's proven, sell it to colonists. Until then, it's under wraps. We don't want the Exchange or the Sith funding some horrible operation with an underground version.
Lives will be lost while this profit is being made.
Tell me something I don't know. Every week we hear another Rakghoul horror story. But every colonist on the planet is going to want this vaccine. How do I tell my superiors we gave up that kind of money?
An entire planet succumbed to this plague. Are you a doctor or a patent office?
I'm a doctor. And this cure will get made, even if I have to build the manufacturing plant or hand-synthesize every macrophage.
Well, I think she's angry, but from past experience, may I say that usually motivates her. If it means anything coming from a droid, sir, congratulations on your research, and also your remarkable survival.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. The Republic told me you might be able to help with a difficult situation. They say you are a most reliable operative on Terrace. Have you heard anything about titroxinate being sold on the black market?
What's titroxinate?
Titroxinate was the pre-patent name for the weaponized agent we think was responsible for the Rakghoul plague. The Empire could fashion it into a terrible weapon, turning us soldiers into monsters and setting them against us.
Where's the arms dealer who's selling this stuff?
I'm more worried about his source. Traced the original titroxinate samples to an old ChemWorks factory. It's overrun with Nexu. We can't get near it. If you can retrieve any canisters that remain, the Republic will see you're well rewarded for your effort.
Lieutenant, it's good to see a soldier of your reputation slumming with us out here in the wilds of Terrace.
There are important objectives here for our war with the Empire.
Oh, whatever brings you here, I suggest you don't stay long. We barely got stores enough for our station soldiers, much less visitors. At this rate, I've got men scalping ration cubes for a half-week's salary.
I can't believe the Republic sent you out here without sufficient supplies.
Oh, we get supplies. Every month. Shipped in from Ord Mantell. Problem is, this month's ship went nose down in some of the worst territory on Terrace. It'll take another month before the next one arrives. And in the meantime, my men are stewing their gloves.
Is the ship lost? Why haven't your men recovered the supplies?
Our men tried to reach the ship once, but they turned back after taking serious casualties. They said it's more than just rat ghouls, but couldn't make an ID. If you still want to go, you'll need to talk to our quartermaster at the supply shed across the base. She's got the exact coordinates of the crash.
And you're just going to make this all better, huh?
Usually people are happy if I come to make things better.
I'm Karen Weck, Quartermaster. Commander Gardet just called to say you're retrieving our supplies. For which, by the way, I and the rest of the troops here humbly thank you. But I don't want Commander Fatpants to think it means he gets away with this. Embezzle the Republic's money to bring in dressed blues from Alderaan. But don't worry, one of our top Special Forces guys will bail you out.
That's a serious accusation.
I said over and over that the ship needed repairs. The left stasis generator was loose, and the hyperdrive motivator was seeping fluid. But Gardet had already spent our allotted maintenance budget on himself.
Are you positive of this?
I'm telling the truth. Somehow he's juggling the numbers he sends to HQ. No commander needs a personal vehicle in an outpost this size. If you can take this holo camera out to the crash site, you could get the evidence I need to get him court-martialed.
What kind of evidence do you think I'll find?
Here, take the camera. If you take holopics of the engine, I can show that the documented lack of repairs is what caused the crash. The most important thing is the supplies, though. The crash site isn't far. When you get everything, bring it back here so I can distribute it.
What do you think, Khan?
The foundation of the Terrace Chemworks factory cannot be repaired. I expect total collapse within 2 weeks. Once the building falls, the stored chemicals will flood this area. They are highly toxic to humans. I am sorry.
I'll make sure there are speeders on hand, but we can't just pack up and go. Do what you can.
As always, I will pursue an alternative. Forgive me, officer. I am aware of your presence and duly respectful. However, I advise you not to stay long.
I appreciate the advice, but I could use a reason.
Many of these ruins are unstable. A nearby structure used for chemical storage is on the verge of crumbling. As I was explaining to my colleague, there is only one way to remove the chemicals before they spill. A burn-off. A well-armed demolitions team could reach the structure and incinerate the chemical stockpiles. I can provide the incendiaries. Unfortunately, no team is available.
I'd be happy to volunteer.
Your generosity is considerable. You should know, however, between the structural instability, the toxicity levels, and the incendiary chemicals, the mission does carry substantial risk. It is nonetheless urgent. You are not a demolitions team, I fully recognize this. But if you could arrange the burn-off, I would humbly welcome your aid.
Looking for Needles, are you? I'm afraid he's long gone, my friend.
Let's see those hands. Nice and slow.
Don't worry. I won't give you any trouble. I wouldn't stand a chance fighting you, so I won't. Instead, let me make a suggestion. I'll tell you everything you need to know about Needles, but in exchange, you have to let me go.
You seem to know an awful lot about my mission here.
You're wearing a Havoc Squad insignia and searching Needles' files. It doesn't take a great mind to put the two together. It's simple. Let me live, and I will tell you everything. Kill me, and you'll learn nothing.
Come in, Lieutenant. This is Sergeant Dawn. Do not trust this man. I served with him in the Empire. His name is Thoris.
Who are you talking to? Dawn, is that you?
Thoris is a mass murderer, Lieutenant. A war criminal.
Listening, Sergeant. Go on.
During my time in Imperial service, Thoris ordered the executions of hundreds of civilian non-combatants and full-scale bombings of unarmed populations. Furthermore, these actions were committed in circumvention of direct orders from Imperial command.
I am a soldier. I do what I must to achieve my objectives, just like you, Lieutenant.
I don't kill civilians, you imp scum.
Please, listen. I'll tell you everything. Everything I know. Needles is doing experiments on the rat ghouls. He wants to understand their disease, to turn it into a weapon. He left here a few hours ago. He said he was visiting some friends in the ruptured sewer system to get more samples.
I'm gonna need a lot more detail here.
Rat ghouls. He needs more to continue his research. He won't say who his friends are, but they supplied the rat ghouls. That's everything. That's all I know. I've given you what you wanted. Now what about me?
You'd know better than I would, Sergeant. What should I do here?
I respectfully suggest you discharge your weapon into Thoris's skull, Lieutenant.
No! This isn't fair.
The discussion ends now.
I'll meet you back in the SAR office, Lieutenant. Dawn out.
No!
Kind of old chemical factory. Let's watch our step, huh?
I can smell chemicals on you. But I also smell fire and smoke. Did you complete the burn-off? All the toxins and pollutants have been incinerated?
There's no doubt about it.
Nothing could please me more. Thank you. The structure will still collapse, but it shall leave no poison in its wake. Perhaps we can rebuild the area after all.
These are all the canisters I was able to recover.
Thank you. The Republic thanks you. Imagine how horrific it would be if the Ragul nightmare had spread to the rest of the galaxy. Please, take this for your service.
We don't have antibiotics. They come on the same ship as everything else.
You're supposed to keep better tabs on that sort of thing. These men have the Cillian flu. They could die if... Lieutenant, do I read from your face that you brought welcome news?
Your outpost won't starve now. No thanks to you.
Now you just watch yourself. I did everything in my power to...
What do you expect? You ask your men to starve while you eat bantha steaks from off-world.
These pictures prove you knew the ship was damaged and you sent it anyway.
They're going to Republic Command, along with my documentation of every personal purchase you've made. These men left their families and risked their lives to come here. If they die, it should be for someone better than you.
I didn't know the ship was so bad. I thought if it was serious, they'd catch it on Ord Mantell.
The men on Terrace deserve a better leader.
This is ridiculous. I did nothing wrong. Republic Command will never listen to you. I need to call them.
Thank you for all your help. But there may be something else, too. Normally, our 4th outpost comes here to pick up its supplies. But their convoy never arrived this month. I'm afraid something happened. They need to be found.
It's dangerous territory out there. Was the convoy armed?
The route between the outposts runs along Lake Brel. Not the best planning. There's Rakghouls there, and a Nexus spawning ground, and worse. Usually the convoy's managed by only traveling when the sun is highest. Plus lots and lots of firepower. But if they're out there too long, well, you need to find them.
Every moment we delay risks their lives. I'll leave right now.
Whatever happened to the convoy, we need to make sure Morn Outpost gets their supplies. Sonic emitters along the route usually keep off the worst of the critters. But if they're on the fritz, that convoy would have walked into a feeding frenzy. Fix the emitters and see what you can find about the convoy. When you're done, report to Commander Yajik at Morn Outpost. And thank you.
We just stopped to rest. Geozel found a scratch, and we don't know if it's the Raccool infection, so we're waiting. And Verdone might be coming down with the Geonosian swamp flu, but we're on our way, I swear, and you're looking at me very strangely.
What are you expecting me to accuse you of?
Nothing. I mean, look, I know we're late, so people naturally start thinking...
You're 48 hours late. Have you been here that whole time?
Yeah. Like I said, Verdone was hurt. I mean, Geozel, and... Oh, forget it. I was never a good liar. We aren't going back. Is that what you wanted to hear? We've deserted.
What kind of a man abandons his comrades in the face of such an enemy?
We're not the only ones talking about running for it. We just got the first chance. 5 years we've been out here. No break. Most of our friends have died. We're wounded. Tired. Broken. Fighting something that can't think. Can't be frightened. And if you get the slightest scratch, you become the enemy and your own squad puts you down like a dog.
You must return to your post. You knew the risks when you signed up.
I can't. I'd rather kill myself, I really would.
Every soldier knows they might have to die for the Republic. What makes you so special?
You think we didn't agonize about that? If we were fighting the Sith, if our deaths would mean something, but there's nothing on Terrace. But she's right, guys. Trying to defend the outpost down 5 men? The rat ghouls will get them all. It'll be our fault. I guess we have to go back. No matter what happens.
State your business. This is a Republic military outpost. Sovereign territory of the Galactic Republic. We will defend ourselves with deadly force if necessary.
First Lieutenant Havoc Squad, most recently of Ord Mantell.
Lieutenant, welcome to our outpost. There's no unauthorized travel this far into the wilds. Best policies usually blast first, chat later. Don't suppose you were sent by Commander Guarded with news about our supplies.
Your supplies are on the way, but no thanks to him.
Sounds like there's a story there, but I won't waste your time asking for it. Let me just say thanks. Don't suppose you saw any sign of our boys. If they're still alive, they better have a good excuse for leaving us hanging.
They're deserters. I found them hiding in the wreckage.
Those lazy, selfish sons of Hutts. We have men starving here. I'll drag the useless lot of them back for trial. They will not go unpunished.